Ahoy there, mateys, and welcome to the first episode of The Sailing Surfer. My name's Donnie, and welcome aboard my glorious boat, Squid Lips. So, in this episode, we're going to introduce you all and show you my new boat, a 24-foot Hutton sailboat, originally from Sydney. We'll get into that later. We're going to take you around and show you all that, show you everything that's wrong with it, everything that's right with it, and basically we're going to do a complete refit of this entire boat from top to bottom, and then we're going to sail it off up the east coast of Australia, and we're going to go searching for waves wherever we can find them, and however far that this little boat can take us. So thanks for joining me, and welcome aboard, and let's go and have a little look at this boat. Information, guys, I got off the internet, and this is the cover page of the original brochure for these boats. And then inside we have the fixed keel model, which is the model that I have. So it's 24 feet length overall, 18 feet at the waterline, and an 8'7" beam, which is pretty beamy. It says they draft 4'9", but I think mine drafts a little bit more than that, probably about 5'2", 3,000 pound displacement, and 1,350 pound of ballast, and some pretty decent square feet for sail area. $9,275 for the brand new trailer sailor model, 1979. I guess that would have been a fair bit of money back then. There's just a picture of old mate sailing one. Good looking one on the Sydney Harbour. But back to the tour. I'm sitting in the main cabin right now. I'll just grab this camera, and as you can see, got a quarter berth down there, another berth here, beautiful galley, huge galley. We will be modifying that a lot. That galley, half of that will actually slide out from the back quarter berth bulkhead area. Got another seat here that I'm sitting on, and coming up to the forward section, we've got our lovely toilet. It's not lovely. It's so gross. When I bought this boat, that toilet, I won't even get into it. Really gross. So coming up here, we have our forward berth, our V berth. It's not very big. It's quite small, probably sort of made for a child. We're gonna cordon off this whole part here, block this off as best we can, sort of try and move that toilet back, see what we can do to separate these two areas off, and then create just a single bunk. Cut this off here and create just a single bunk through here. It'll give us a longer bunk and more room for an adult, so that should be better. But there's a few things going on with this boat. She's seen better days, but it's salvageable. I got it really cheap, and we're gonna get this thing going again because they're really great little boats. But yeah, plenty of storage. So we have heaps of storage under these hatches. All the timber work is in pretty good nick. It's a pop top, as you can see, so if you want the full headroom, I'm 5'6", so we're looking maybe 5 foot headroom inside this. But we have the pop top here, so we can stand up in the galley and the main saloon. Okay, just out here to the main cockpit area, got our seating. This is enough room for like 4 or 5 people to sit out here comfortably. And we'll go over to the transom here. This is going to be redesigned. This transom's a little bit flimsy, and this sort of stuff we're going to basically cut in and put a well in here for the outboard. It's going to be much better. We've already taken the mast off. We took the mast off a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago, because we had a cyclone coming. So we went and took the mast off basically to save it falling over and landing on my neighbour's boat. Alright guys, I'm going to pull this mast down. We've got everything set up. Got my mate here, Keith. Say hello, Keith. It's going to be like at least
7 people will probably see this video, so. Spinning pole. Lock and tackle for the sheet line. Going back. We just loosened off our shrouds and secured the bottom of our mast. So this is what I was telling you about before. There's no tabernacle system on that with a pin. It's just got these 4 screws basically screwing into this base plate. So we're going to release them, and to stop this from basically flying forwards and the whole mast coming down on our heads. Right, anyway, we've tied a whole bunch of lines here. A bit of overkill, but who cares? So the only thing left now is to pull it tight. We'll release this forestay here and then lower it down. See how we go. Kate's looking really confident. See how we go. So here's the front of the boat, the bow. I'm going to try and take this pulpit off today and most of the other stuff. And one of the issues we do have with this boat, we'll go under and I'll show you, is get the right light so we can see. It's just here we have a couple of cracks in front of the keel here. So not really bad cracks, but bad enough to definitely have to take this keel off and look at rebedding this keel. Anyway, the bottom of the keel is not in great shape either, so it'd be good to take it off and do a full refit. Now you can see the body of these little boats have got quite a good belly on them, so they're quite fat. Makes good for stable sailing, so they're quite beamy for such a small boat. Now the bottom was in pretty good nick. You know, it doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too many blisters or fiberglass cancer, so it's good. It's good. One thing I did notice when we went for a dive before I bought it, just to check the arm underneath, was this rudder skeg had a bit of, you can see there, it's got a bit of movement. So a little bit of that movement is the boat, but it's got a little bit of movement in it. So go around the other side here. That's it. That's pretty much it. Not much to show. It's not very big. Yeah. So back down in the boat now. I'm going to show you guys the keel and the keel bolts, because that's probably the most worrying thing about the boat. There's a couple of little cracks in front of the keel there in the hull. They don't look too substantial. I don't think it's going to be that hard to fix. But yeah, if we have a look down here, trying to be as smooth as I can with the camera. So here's our keel bolts coming up through. So now what they've done is they've ended up fiberglassing over the top of the keel bolts. And my guess is because it's been so long since the keel's been rebedded, it was probably leaking, so they thought the best, easiest option was to fiberglass over this, which is probably the worst thing they could have done. So we're gonna have to cut this off and find out what these bolts are like and see if they're even any good to be able to salvage. But yeah, everything down here is pretty shonky, but you know, we got a brand new Mercury outboard with this little boat. It's like brand new. We got a brand new GPS plotter and sounder. Not a really great one, but, and we got a couple batteries, brand new batteries. So you know, the boat only really cost not much money, about $2,000. So it doesn't look like there's too much rot in it. It's you know, I like the size. I like how it's nice and beamy. They got a good reputation, because this thing will be going like to Indonesia and Philippines, maybe Sri Lanka, however far we can get this little boat, basically, however far we can sail it. So you know,
once we beef it up, once we strengthen everything, we put some reinforcements in, and we got all new running gear, all new standing rigging, everything. I think it's going to be a good little boat. Be interesting to see how it goes. So, but thanks for joining me. I'm going to make a few little just time lapses now of just pulling some parts off and some of the hardware off the boat. And yeah, enjoy. Thanks for joining.